Good morning, it is Thursday morning. I'm just getting ready to head down to the gym, do a little bit of active recovery today. I'm actually kind of sore from my massage that I had yesterday. Sore in a good way, but just feel like getting moving, getting some blood flow to my muscles will kind of help flush everything out and loosen up. And today is also photo day. It's 4 months since my cosmetic surgery and I have to send updated photos to the clinic. I think my mom is gonna come help me again with those because that was way easier last time than when I've been doing it myself. So we'll be doing those later today. But before I do that, gonna kick off the day with a little bit of movement as usual. I don't think I've mentioned this before, but one of the things that I do as kind of like a wellness habit that is maybe a little more outside the box or potentially a little bit woo-woo is I use this grounding sheet on my bed. So it literally has, find it, like a thing that it's like a little snap, and that plugs into the wall into a grounded outlet. And the idea is that this is providing like grounded energy, like what you would get if you were outside walking barefoot in the grass, the energy that the earth is giving off that is really beneficial and sort of healing energy versus a lot of the energy we have around us from like cell phone towers and Wi-Fi, EMFs that can maybe potentially be more damaging to our cellular health, to our overall well-being. Does it work? I'm not entirely sure. I'm just going based off of kind of my own not super deep research on things like EMFs and energetic fields and all of that. But I do think that it is like another stressor on our bodies in some ways, and that if putting a grounded sheet on my mattress is a way to potentially help that a little bit, why not? I can't say I notice a huge difference with it, or like when I first started using it, or if I travel and I'm not using it. It's not something where I'm like, oh my God, my sleep is dramatically different when I'm on the grounded sheet or not. But again, psychologically, if it's providing me a little bit of peace of mind or feeling like I'm doing something that might be even a tiny bit helpful, I'm gonna give it a shot. Good morning. It is Sunday morning. It's about 6:30. I'm getting ready to go outside for morning sunlight, but it is so hazy and smoky out. It started yesterday and we actually have like a really intense air quality alert. I don't know if you can tell. It looks sort of like it's cloudy or foggy, but it's actually just really smoky. So the air quality is quite bad, and yesterday I was out just for a few minutes and you can really smell, I mean, it feels like you're standing at a bonfire or something. It's that intense. That said, morning sunlight is important enough to me that I do want to still get out there. I'll keep it really short for sure, and I'll probably like take a scarf or something, kind of just try to cover up my face a little bit to protect myself. But yeah, other than that, kind of be staying inside for the day. Also gonna get a little workout in this morning, and then today gonna spend some time getting ready for my trip. I leave Tuesday morning to head to Richmond. Going back to visit my horse Freddie for a couple of days, and I leave early Tuesday morning and have a little bit of a busier day tomorrow, so I want to try to get some of the packing and organizing done today. I suppose at least it's a good day to stay inside and be doing that rather than hanging out outside or anything. Before I head out for that morning sunlight, I haven't looked at my Aura ring yet, so I want to check and see what my sleep and recovery score looks like. I always wait a bit before I look at my Aura ring data in the morning. I try to give myself like at least half an hour to kind of determine how I feel, like how well I feel like I slept or how well recovered I feel, rather than just immediately looking at the actual objective data and then kind of letting that determine how I feel, because it really can have an impact. So I give myself some time to like get up, move around a little bit, just kind of get ready for the day, see how my body is feeling, and then I'll look at it and kind of compare and use both of those metrics to determine like what I'm doing for my workout that day, or whether I might need to take it easier that day, or if I'm feeling good and my data all looks really good, then I feel like that's always a really good sign. So let's see what my Aura ring says for today. I felt like I slept pretty well last night. I was feeling pretty good this morning, so I'm not too surprised that my readiness is that good, although that is a little bit higher than it normally would be. And sleep also quite good. I did maybe wake up a couple of times at night, which is pretty normal for me, but usually I fall right back asleep. And that looks pretty good. I am going to start packing a little bit for my trip by getting my supplements and medications organized. I kind of like to do that a little bit ahead of time, just really make sure that I'm not rushing, that I'm thinking through everything I need to bring with me in terms of medication specifically, but just having the supplements on hand that I want to bring with me. I'm also going to just like pre-mix my hydration drink, put all the components that I use in that into a jar. I always keep a bunch of old jars or just like reuse these. Really comes in handy for something like this where I can put everything in here, bring it with me, and then in the hotel I can just mix it with some water. And that way I don't have to bring like the big containers of everything that I would normally be putting into my hydration drink and travel with a whole bunch of stuff. And I just kind of prefer this to using like plastic bags, even though it is definitely a little bit heavier, a little bit more bulky, but I'm only gonna be gone for like 3 days, so it won't be that big of a deal. I'm gonna mix those together, get that done. Also just kind of gather some airport snacks and food items to have on hand for my travel day and get those things checked off the list. Okay, I think that's all the supplements I'm gonna bring. I'm not bringing everything that I would normally take on a day-to-day basis. There's several things that I can take a couple of days of a break from, and that's totally fine. And then I'm also going to bring a bunch of beef sticks as protein options and just like something that I can use as travel day snacks. Probably bring a couple of protein bars, mostly just to get me through that travel day because I'm basically gonna be leaving my house at like 7 a.m. and getting to Richmond around 3:30, 4 p.m. I'm not gonna have a lot of time at the airport, and it can be hard to find something that I might wanna eat that's good protein option. So I always try to bring some stuff with me, at least make sure I can get through the travel part, and then once I get there, I can go to the grocery store. The hotel I'm staying at has a little kitchen in it, which is awesome. That's really helpful. It makes it a lot easier to kind of eat normally. I do find these really handy and just like to keep them in my bag when I'm traveling so that I know I'm still getting good protein throughout the day and that I'm just staying kind of fueled, because travel is kind of stressful and exhausting to me, and the last thing I want is to get there and be really cranky and hangry. So always keep these on hand. It is much later in the day. It's like 7 o'clock and I'm just putting some laundry away and starting to get a little bit more packing done. I ended up going to my parents' house for a little bit this afternoon and then meeting up with a friend for a walk. The air quality got a lot better later in the day, so we were able to walk outside, which is nice. Trying to be a little more strategic about my clothes packing because it's easy for me to overpack and just end up with a bunch of stuff that I don't actually need. But it is going to be really hot in Virginia, and I heard that the bugs have gotten really bad, especially at the barn, obviously. So I'm kind of thinking I might want like long sleeves and long pants, even though it's going to be like 90 degrees there. In any case, I'm going to try to at least get some stuff picked out here before I get in the sauna and kind of start my wind down routine. And then we'll finish the rest of the packing tomorrow. Okay, I'm pretty well packed for tomorrow. I'll just have a few last minute things that I'll throw into my bag like right before I'm walking out the door. But there's one other thing I want to do before I leave that might seem a little ridiculous, might make me seem a little neurotic, but I'm gonna do it anyway. While I'm gone, we have HVAC cleaning going on in my building this week, which means that some people will be coming into my unit, going all the way across to my balcony, out onto the balcony where the HVAC closet is, and changing the filter, cleaning it out, etc. Which also means they will be wheeling this big cart all the way across my floor out onto the balcony and back. And the people doing the HVAC cleaning will be walking across my floor out onto the balcony, into the HVAC closet, and back through my unit. I am a no shoes in the house person. I grew up with no shoes allowed in the house. There's actually a lot of reasons why you probably don't want to wear shoes in your house, especially if you are somebody that's like more sensitive to environmental toxins, which I am. I could go off on a whole tangent about that. But anyway, I really don't like the idea of people walking through my house with their shoes on, especially if they're gonna like be in my gross, dirty HVAC closet and wheeling this cart that has been all over the place and who knows where. So yesterday, I went to the hardware store and bought this big roll of paper. I think it's meant for like if you're painting to protect your floors, but I'm just gonna use it, kind of make a little path along my floor so that when they come in with their cart and their gross shoes, they can just walk on the paper and then I can just recycle it later. So I think this should be pretty easy to roll out and get it in the place that I want it to be, but I guess we'll find out. A little bit of extra effort, yes, but it's gonna give me some peace of mind, make me feel better. And really it only took me like 10 minutes, so not too bad.
All right, just got to my rental car here in Richmond. I'm actually on my phone. Why is the back windshield wiper going? I don't know how to work this car yet. Anyway, I'm on my phone because when I got off the plane, weirdly, my camera would not turn on, which is a little concerning because I'm quite sure it had a full battery, but maybe it got like turned on in my bag or something during the flight and just like wore out the battery. I don't know. So I'm on my phone, can't really see what I'm filming, so I hope this is okay. But anyway, it's pouring rain here. Just driving from the airport to the hotel. Gonna stop at the grocery store on my way, or I guess it's a little bit out of the way, but gonna go pick up some groceries, get to the hotel, get settled. I did a little bit of a different flight this time. Last time I came here, I went the direct flight from Minneapolis to Richmond, but it was later in the day and got me here at like 6 p.m. Just didn't love that. By the time I got here and got to the car and got to the grocery store and everything, it just felt like not a lot of time to kind of wind down, and I don't know, it wasn't as pleasant for me. So I would rather leave earlier in the day, even though that meant I had to go through Atlanta. It made the travel day a little bit longer, but it's nice to be here. It's only like 4 o'clock now, so I have a little bit extra time. I think I'll just feel a little bit more settled tonight. Just gonna hit the road. We'll check in once I'm at the hotel, hopefully once I can get my camera working.
It is the next day. It's Thursday afternoon, and it's the last day that I'm here in Richmond. And honestly, it's kind of similar, very similar day to yesterday, so I didn't really film much. This morning, I got a quick workout in and then went over to see Freddie, took her for a walk, gave her a bath. It's extremely hot and humid today, so after that, I've just been back at the hotel, staying cool, getting some work done, starting to get packed up. I have an early flight tomorrow morning. This is actually the same flight that I took last time I was here that got canceled, and I ended up getting rerouted through Atlanta on a different flight in the morning. So really hoping, fingers crossed, that that does not happen again this time. But I think I'm gonna end off this video here. I'll start the next one once I am back home, and I may actually have some interesting news coming up soon. Part of the reason for this trip was to talk with my friend who has been taking care of Freddie and kind of potentially put something into motion that would fairly dramatically affect my life for the next couple of months in a good way. It's nothing crazy, but just kind of in the initial stages of thinking this through. So we'll give you guys a little update once I'm home and maybe have put a few more things into motion. But stay tuned for that. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next week.